The scream didn't come from a mouth, came from the trees, and it spoke my name like it had been waiting for me to listen. That was the first lie I told myself that night, that the sound was only the wind slipping through the birch leaves along the outskirts of Duluth, where the forest leans close to the last streetlight and the dark begins without warning. People here learn to live with silence, but they never learn to live with the way the woods seem to breathe back when you stare into them too long. The disappearances had taught us that much. Children went missing near the trails, one by one, over the years. No signs of struggle, no footprints that made sense, just the abrupt absence of laughter where it had once been. I had grown up hearing the stories, the kind adults tell with lowered voices and unfinished sentences. My mother used to warn me not to follow voices that sounded familiar in unfamiliar places. The forest repeats what it hears, she said, as if the trees were careful listeners. When the latest search parties came back empty-handed, I volunteered to help mark the trailheads with reflective tape, a small act of order against a wilderness that swallowed order whole. That evening, as the sun thinned into copper behind the branches, I heard a child laugh, too soft, too close. The sound carried my brother's cadence, the way he used to laugh before he moved away, before the town taught us all to leave if we wanted to keep breathing easily. The path narrowed where the undergrowth pressed inward, brambles catching my sleeves like nervous fingers. The air felt thicker there, resinous, old, layered with the faint scent of rain that hadn't fallen yet. I told myself that echoes do strange things between trunks, that grief makes a voice where none exists. Then I heard the names, first one, then another, whispered in a chorus that shifted like leaves turning over. Each name belonged to a child who had vanished along these woods. The forest didn't shout. It practiced patience, repeating what it had learned from the town's worst nights, testing the weight of each syllable until it fit comfortably in the dark. My phone lost its signal as the trail marker flickered and died. In the hush that followed, the ground seemed to remember footsteps long after they were gone. I noticed ribbons tied to branches, old search markers left to fade, each one fluttering as if something had just passed. The whispers gathered into a suggestion rather than a command. Come closer, just a little closer, the way kindness sometimes wears the mask of familiarity. I took one step forward, then another, until the path dissolved into the suggestion of a path, and the forest's breath brushed my ear with a sound that could have been my own name, or could have been the sound a name makes when it's being unlearned. I turned back before the dark could decide for me. The woods did not protest. They only kept practicing the names, letting them drift to the edge of town where porch lights flicker and parents listen too carefully to the quiet. If you've heard voices near the trails in Duluth, tell me what they sounded like. Wind, memory, or something that learned you well enough to imitate you. And if you've walked away from a sound that knew your name, leave a comment. Your story might help someone else recognize the moment when the forest starts listening back.